Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Last time, the plot dumping has begun. No, wait a minute, that's not right. How does it go again?
It has begun!
Thank you, Shang Tsung. That's much better. Can never measure up to you. Mr. President, I've got a bad feeling about this place. Now, where have I heard that line before?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, right. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you, Princess Leia. That's much better. Of course, I could have stolen any number of clips from the Star Wars series where they seem to fall in love with that line. Everyone seems to have a bad feeling. Anyway, we're in for an inspection. And Cloud can teleport. Why? How? When did this happen? You don't know. Seems to be the mantra of this game. We don't know, or we're too lazy to explain it until way later after we kind of get lost on 6 other tangents. To you, I don't think that's going to work, Cloud. Rufus, you don't ever seem to know what's going on, do you? Well, at least you don't seem to. Yeah, the reunion. We've heard much about this over the course of the game. Beginning and the end. The first and the last. Ah, there's Red. Alright, he was sent here by Sephiroth. Or at least a Sephiroth clone. Okay, why are you here? A clone went to tell you... Cloud, what are you doing? Apparently Cloud's going to take his time walking over to Red, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't know why he takes so bloody long to do it, but he does. Do I have to keep pressing the button in order for you to move? Oh, jeez. Come on, Cloud. Just walk over to him. Thank you! That did not need to take 15 seconds. Wasn't the idea that Red hold onto it so that there isn't a problem like this, so that Cloud can't give it to Sephiroth, so that nobody will get their hands on it? That's why we moved it far away from Sephiroth. Why are you talking without a text bubble there, Tifa? What's wrong with you? I guess that's trying to show that Cloud isn't hearing her, but I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Almost seems like she's screaming it in her head more than anything else. Whoa. Red text. Cool. Wonder who said that. What are you doing, Cloud? So, can I do anything? No? I'm sorry. Sorry for what? Yeah. Okay, what are you sorry about? Are you sorry about being useless and giving them black materia to Sephiroth? Again? Or, well, you're apologizing again for doing it before, anyway. Being Cloud. The real Cloud. Nah, yeah. Basically, something is snapped, if you haven't been able to guess, in Cloud's head, and Tifa's kind of given up on the situation there. Your experiment, huh? What experiment is that? Where is your tattoo? Right. Failed experiment. I don't know, for years and years, I always thought that Cloud said here that he was the failed experiment, as in there was only one, but apparently there were more than one. Apparently there is, or at least there was more than one, anyway. You're begging the professor for a number. Huh. And if you notice there, if you slow down the video and pause it, you can notice that there's an image of Sephiroth flashed on the screen there. Reminds me of Fight Club. If you've ever watched Fight Club, one of the characters in the show splices single images into movie reels that play at the theater. And I won't say anything more about it, but it's really funny, and because of the fact that he does that, Yeah, here they're saying that the real Sephiroth died 5 years ago, and Cloud is a Sephiroth clone created after that event. And apparently the real Sephiroth was the one that died in the fire or something like that 5 years ago. We don't even know how it happened. Bring him to life. Whoa. Apparently it was a theory, though technically at this stage it would have been a hypothesis, not a theory, but to each his own, whatever. Anyway, the body is dismembered. I'll get back to Fight Club in a minute. This is kind of important for the plot here. Become one again. So basically the idea here is that Jenova cells, or parts of Jenova, have been infused into members of Soldier and Cloud and these Sephiroth clones and everything else. And the idea of the reunion is there is an overwhelming, say, natural desire, or what is it? Oh, geez. Something that animals do instinctively. That's the word I'm looking for. Perfect. It's an instinctual fact or ability of any part of Jenova. If it's separated, it will desire to move back and coalesce together again. And that's kind of the concept of this reunion. So I don't understand the purpose of what Hojo was doing with this reunion. He separates Jenova, or parts of her, across all of these other entities, these other clones or whatever, and then watch them come back together, but doesn't really mention a purpose. He thought the clones would go to Midgar, which is where Jenova has been for a long time, but they didn't do that. And of course, you know, Jenova itself. So basically what they're saying here is, and this is probably what I was kind of mentioning last time about Sephiroth, or not, I don't think it was last time, episode before, Jenova and Sephiroth, the Sephiroth we've been chasing being Jenova, and how I didn't believe that. This is kind of the evidence contrary to my point. The way I see it is Jenova cells inside of a Sephiroth clone, which is the one that we saw earlier on and have been continuing to see over the course of the game so far. Those ones are moving, all these clones are technically Sephiroth because they are these clones, but they're being kind of led by Jenova. So saying that it's Jenova that's we've been chasing is not entirely correct, but saying Sephiroth is the one that we've been chasing is also not entirely correct. So it's, I don't know, it's a convoluted plot line that, I don't know, it bugged me when I heard other people saying that one way was right and one way was wrong or something like that. So anyway, yeah, that's my whole rant on my spiel on that. And now it gets more confusing. So the Sephiroth clones are controlled by the Jenova cells, which in turn was controlled by Sephiroth? But didn't Sephiroth die? Yeah, okay. So the lines we heard from the Sephiroth clones earlier on, the ones that we met, say, at the Temple of the Ancients, that was still Sephiroth's idea. Apparently he exerts will over the clones as much or even more so than Jenova does. Maybe he can't stop them from all trying to coalesce together and reform Jenova, but he has some impact, or at least his idea is instilled in these clones and they are working toward his end goal. The Sephiroth, the real Sephiroth, either he's dead and there's another one that's the real Sephiroth, or he didn't die and just, you know, moved off to the side and everyone thought he was dead. So he's manipulating the clones as well as Jenova is. And we keep getting little fade-out moments and introspective moments from Cloud responding to all this. Okay. Sorry I'm taking so long to go through this scene. It's just, I want to kind of for myself and for you guys, just kind of explain how everything's working out. I always wanted a chance to have to prove my points as I was thinking about this plotline, just because it really does get so convoluted. And I always have had my own ideas about it. I've just never kind of sat down and, in like a full stretch, put them all out there in front of it so that I could kind of analyze it at the same time as, you know, I could analyze it as I was playing the game. Normally, you know, I look at bits and pieces and I make one tiny analysis there and there and there, and then ignore that for a while and maybe think about it again when I'm at work or something like that. So Sephiroth is here then. That's what he was saying, the end destination, the reunion. So Sephiroth was summoning Cloud because, again, Cloud is a failed Sephiroth clone. So he's injected with Genova cells, and those Genova cells are leading him toward the Genova reunion, which somehow is focused around Sephiroth. Okay. And... what? Again, Cloud? What the hell is wrong with you? Let's find Sephiroth. We can actually control Cloud here. And you can run all over the place. Now, the controls are all really weird. Eventually, if you mash the circle button, you'll get up here, and I went through that dialogue too fast, and I didn't even get a chance to read it myself, so I don't know what it said. Yeah, Sephiroth has been right here the whole time. This is the real Sephiroth. This one has been here for quite a while. And we get more really godly music. Yeah, so either... yeah, see, both of them are having an impact. They won't be diffused, but gathered here. What does this mean? Oh yeah, it's not like we can forget that so easily. Yeah, they're basically, Cloud is being a jackass again. At least we understand why he's doing it this time. You know, Sephiroth is imparting his will onto all of the Sephiroth clones, Cloud included. And I think the method for which he does that is because they have the Genova cells in them, or because they were partially clones. One of the two, probably the clone angle. That would make more sense. And apparently Rufus is going to get the party out of here, but apparently Cloud doesn't want to go. Cloud wants to float in mid-air for no apparent reason. Wow, since we got here, Cloud's learned teleportation, flight, and he just gave, or well, didn't just give, he's about to give the black materia to Sephiroth. See? There you go. Did it right there. And even though Sephiroth looks like he's either unconscious or dead, looks like he's kind of like frozen in amber or something like that. And if you notice there, the eye is still open on the wall. And Sephiroth dies because he fell and got crushed by, was that water? I guess that was materia, wasn't it? Kind of looked fluid. Maybe it was Mako energy, which I guess is fluid. And here we get a look at all of the weapons that the planet has created. There's one. There's two. Pretty cool looking mechs, actually. They're not actually mechs, but they kind of look like it. There's three. Nice teeth. Nice core. The little red circle looks like a power core on a mech or something like that. Oh, I shook the airship, almost crashed that. Tifa, you got problems there, honey. Those are a little too big. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So on top of the 3 that we've seen, there should be a total of 7 weapons, I believe? Now, how many do we actually get to encounter during the game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't remember encountering more than 5. Where are the other 2, anyway? No. Huh. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, we'll encounter them over time, and we'll see from there, I guess. Now, Cloud, how are you alive? Didn't that whole area just kind of collapse on itself? Cloud, what's going on? Why do you have your sword out, Cloud? Tifa, why are you chasing after someone who's fading into blackness? Why are you fading into blackness? You never seem to be like that. You always seem to have a pretty good idea of what you wanted to do there, Tifa. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. And here we get some more background on Cloud, like we haven't had enough over the last 3 episodes. Okay. Cloud doesn't seem to be all that with it right now. If you're unaware, this is a flashback, obviously, and this is prior to the events that began the game, but after the events that happened 5 years ago at Nibelheim. Just so you have a grasp of the timeline. Huh. Why is the light flashing on and off all the time? Okay. So apparently Tifa doesn't even recognize Cloud right away. Uh-huh. Yeah. So I guess this is the clone then. The clone Cloud. But since we've already seen examples of Tifa's flashback there when we were in the bar at Sector 7, we know that she did know a kid named Cloud growing up. So this is why she recognizes him. So that, at least, you know, that makes sense. But he keeps freaking out there. Yeah, how long has it been? Yeah, it's in the relatively near future, it's, only a few, probably months prior to the start of the game, but it is prior to the start of the game. This is probably around the time where Tifa would be trying to convince Cloud to team up with Barret for the first assault on the number 1 reactor there. It's been a long time. 7 years. Oh, yeah. But so basically what's going on here is, how much do they explain? I don't want to spoil what they're going to explain later now, so let's see. Okay, yeah, so they explain about the avalanche job. That makes sense. They're not going to go into too many details, so I think I'll restrain from trying to explain what will actually be explained by the game later on. But yeah, we get a better grasp of the timeline over the rest of the game. There's 2 more relatively decent scenes. One, a long one. The other one, not, it's reasonable length. I think it's about 5 minutes or something like that. And those are the last 2 that will really kind of explain what's going on with Cloud's background. It's bright. Dang. Huh? What's Barret doing here? Where's Barret? I don't see Barret. Well, there's the glare. It's so bright. What the hell's going on here? Sleep for a long time. Well, how long has she been asleep for? Tifa, stole the words right out of my mouth. I'm hungry too. Why do you ask? Huh? Ah, there you go. Now we can see Barrett. I don't know why we're getting that glare. I'm assuming that's they're trying to give us Tifa's perspective, you know, trying to open her eyes after being asleep for a long time. I think it ends up being 5 days. And of course, because we were taken by Rufus into the airship to escape and Cloud stayed there, no one has any idea what the hell happened to Cloud. Though, as I said before, the entire area basically collapsed on him, so he's probably dead. Huh? Okay, apparently everyone thinks he's alive. How long were you asleep? Okay, it's 7 days, not 5. My bad. Huge light in the northern cave. Surrounded by a barrier of light. Okay. Protected by the barrier. Yep. The weapons. Legendary monster from the past. Yeah, but those weapons were created by the planet. Why would they protect Sephiroth, who's trying to destroy the planet? Huh. Compliments from Barrett. Go figure. Ain't nobody got time for that. I always liked that meme. I don't know why. What about Meteor? What are you doing there, Barrett? Why don't you just answer the question? Because dramatic FMVs are much better. The small one isn't the Meteor. The big one is. I think the small one's like a lens flare gone wrong or something. But yeah, that's a very large meteor in the sky there. Anyway, that's pretty much all the time I have for this episode, and next time we will figure out what the hell is going on and what we're supposed to do next. Anyway, I will see you guys next time for more plot dumping.